So we've been exploring some Wargaming Tactica 101. This idea of looking independent of wargaming systems, that common thread of base Tactica that you can take with you and use in any wargaming system that you play. I've been pushing up some ideas to the channel here under the Wargaming Tactica playlist. So you're definitely going to want to check those out and see how you can utilize them in your own system that you enjoy playing. So yesterday we looked at this idea of tar pit units. Now we're going to look into a complementary idea, but also a separate idea, controlling the center of the table, taking advantage of the size of the gaming table. Now, for the most part, in most wargaming systems, you have the battlefield, you have the star field, you have the gaming mat, you have the gaming table. That represents where the action is going to take place. And it might be a skirmish. It might be part of a larger narrative where to the left of you and the right of you is a bigger battle going on. You're part of a bigger battle and you're just focusing on this. But for the most part, in most rule systems, you can't leave the gaming table. Or if units or elements do, they're removed from play. You might fail some sort of leadership, chain of command. I take a lot of shock. I break. I run off the table. Wings of glory. I miscalculate. I fly off the table. There are some units in various systems that can leave the table and teleport back on. But for the most part, right, Battletech, the invisible wall of the gaming table, but artillery can strike from off the table. But for the most part, you can't leave the table. How do we use that Tactica for mission objectives? So think about a gaming table, think about your last game, and divide the table into three. My side of the table, my deployment zone, your side of the table, your deployment zone, and that mid-band, that mid-third in the middle, literally midfield. You want to control the midfield and project power to the midfield. And you do this two ways. They're not independent of each other. They complement each other. I'd like to have both ways, but one way is good. Physically occupying the center of the table with a numerous unit, Chaos Cultists, conscripts, light vehicles, lots and lots of infantry and battletech. This idea, if I control the center physically, or if I can project power, meaning artillery strikes, ready to just rain down on the center. If I'm playing chain of command, if I've got some MG42 squads set up that overlap field of fire, or I've got a tank in position with high explosive rounds with line of sight to the center of the table. Anything that enters that mid-band bubble area, I'm just going to light up. This projection of power now means you can't walk through that midfield without consequences anyway. So you've got to move to the left or to the right of the gaming table. You're literally going to have to go around it. If I occupy the middle of the table, now I'm looking at my side of the table. Obviously, it's going to be reversed for your side of the table. But if I occupy the middle of the table, I can radiate out to the left or to the right, forward and back, and pretty much engage in one or two turns. If you have units on the left side of the table and my units are on the right side of the table, those left-sided units have to cross across the entire gaming table to get to me. It's going to take some time. Some units are faster than others. Some units can fly, walk, whatever, teleport, magic. But you have a lot more to cover in the gaming table. So if you can control the midfield, you can radiate out in movement, in shooting, both to secure mission objectives, but also to deny mission objectives of your opponent. So looking at your list, looking at your army, your armada, taking your battle value, power points, currency, squadron points, support points, whatever that currency is, and looking to say what units can I take that can project firepower to the center of the table, or better, can project firepower and or occupy the center of the table to influence that mid-band of the gaming table.